Hello everyone. Today is March 20th, 2018 and it's a very special day because today is the World Oral Health Day. I'm Naveed Mahboob here with you and I have two very special guests with me. First we have the President of FDI World Dental Federation, Dr. Kathryn Kell. Hello, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm really excited to be here today for World Oral Health Day. It's a big celebration that we do annually now, and it brings together everyone around the world. There are projects that are going to be going on in many countries around the world, and we are an FDI. The FDI World Dental Federation is FDI stands for Federación Dentaire Internacional.
I was going to ask that. There you go.
And we represent over 1 million dentists worldwide, and we're in over 130 countries, including almost 200 organizations.
Great. Well, welcome, and it's good to meet you. Always good to meet a dentist. And of course, we have a very fine person over here. She is the Global Vice President of Unilever's Oral Care, and also actually your baby, should I say, is Pepsodent, right?
Yes, indeed.
Indeed, and this is Ms. Arancha Cordero. I pronounce it right.
Very right.
Comprendo español un poquito.
Sí.
Sí, sí. Welcome.
Thank you very much. So yes, I spend my day trying to make Pepsodent as big as it can be, and through this brand, to really help people take care of their mouth, of their oral health. So I manage the brand globally, and Bangladesh is one of the biggest countries for us. I imagine you are aware Pepsodent is the biggest oral care brand in Bangladesh.
Oh, I use it.
And that's very good for you. Yes, you should. Very good teeth.
Thank you.
So yes, for us it's very important to be here with the FDI today celebrating World Oral Health Day. It's really part of our efforts to try to help people take better care of their health, of their mouth, and avoid cavities and be able to really be in good health. Great.
So this special day, March 20th, World Oral Health Day. So what is the significance of this day? And I'm sure it's a special day, so if you can tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's a very wonderful day just for people to be able to celebrate together and to have one day where we really focus on the oral health of the world. The FDI World Dental Federation really enjoys getting together with all our colleagues from around the world. There are going to be celebrations in every country. We have countries that now it's all on Facebook, it's all on social media. We affect millions of people around the world just by having this special day. So it's a day that we can really celebrate, and I'm excited too about being here in Bangladesh.
And Arancha, anything you want to add?
Well, yes. Of course, we work every day on having an impact on people's oral health. But for us, World Oral Health Day is a very special day because it all crystallizes in an event in which we take a moment to stop and reflect and realize how important oral health is. And more importantly, what are the actions we can take to improve our oral health? So it's a day in which we drive awareness of the importance of oral health, of the importance of having good hygiene habits, and we really encourage everyone to do their little bit in improving their health. So it's a very, very important day for us as well.
Yeah, and you both of you touched on the aspect of awareness,
yes,
which I think is a huge thing. I've got a 6-year-old, and it's such a challenge to basically make her brush her teeth before she goes to bed. But the difficulty is to make her understand what happens if you don't. So why is it so important to actually raise this awareness?
Oh, our theme this year is Say Ah, and it's think mouth, think oral health. And what we really want to do with this is not have the mouth leave the body. Over the years, people think of their teeth as being totally separate from the rest of their body, but they're not. What you do in your mouth is going to affect you overall. It affects your overall health. So that's why it's really important to make sure you start with a clean mouth. And kids particularly, they're susceptible to caries. 60 to 90% of kids in the world are going to get decay at some time in their life if they don't take care of their teeth. In fact, almost 100% of adults right now have either a problem with tooth decay, with gum disease, or with oral cancer, which is another big problem that we see universally.
Arancha?
Yes, well, obviously, I fully agree with Dr. Kell's views. It's really amazing when you look at something like cavities. We think it might be a minor problem, but actually, it's the condition that has the highest incidence worldwide. If there's one illness that affects more people in the world, that's actually cavities. And as Dr. Kell mentioned, virtually 100% of all adults, we suffer from cavities, and about 3 in 5 kids suffer it. And it's very important because of the health aspect, but there's many other collateral damage that it has. So for example, the biggest reason why kids miss school is toothache. Mm-hmm. And when we start thinking of all the good things that cavities and toothache can get in the way of, we realize what a big impact it can be. You know, why we can't have children missing school just because they have toothache. There's many implications of that. So of course there's the medical aspect, but also it really does get in the way of their development, their enjoyment of life, etc. And I think that's particularly important in countries where it's difficult to have access to a dentist. And therefore, the best thing you can do is prevent. Just make sure you intervene before you have a problem. And that's why this awareness is important, because the moment people realize the impact of not having good oral health, hopefully they will take action, and then they don't even need to reach dentists because they've prevented the problem.
Good. And they don't need to reach the dentist. No, we'll still go to the dentist. Now that reminds me, I haven't been to my dentist for a while. I'll have to admit that, but definitely after this conversation,
it's time. Yes.
It is time. I promise I'm going to go, but not today, because I think today all dentists are going to be busy with this day. But now, obviously, the FDI and Unilever are working very close together, hand in hand, in this whole campaign. So tell us about that synergy.
Oh, we've had a great relationship since 2004. We've
Yes.
worked together on a couple of campaigns, and right now it's Brush Day and Night, and
Yes.
really focusing on getting kids, and not only kids, but their parents, then to brush twice a day with a fluoridated toothpaste. And that's our goal. We hope now, we concentrate on children, which is good because they're starting to learn how to take care of themselves. But what we would like them to do too is then go home and talk to their parents, their grandparents, and get them excited about brushing. So it's kind of a trickle down, if you want to say. It's a synergy of a whole family.
Yes,
Great.
indeed. We find that talking to children is really helpful and beneficial. First of all, we all look at ourselves as human beings, and we know that when we get to a certain age, to try to change a habit is more difficult.
Right.
So for us, if we get kids to actually start with the good habits when they're young, we actually have studies that prove that impact carries into their adulthood. So if we get a child to really brush twice a day since they're young children, they will continue doing that in life, and we can really see how there's a difference between people who started when they were kids and people who don't. And also what we find is that mostly for us as parents, sometimes it's difficult to change. We know we sometimes tell our kids, hey, you shouldn't do that, or you should do this thing. Right. But then sometimes we don't do it ourselves. Right. We all can reflect on that a little bit. But,
I'm guilty of that.
But when your child tells you, Mom, I came back from school today, and they explained to me how important it is to brush twice a day. Then when the evening comes, you're going to brush with your kid because he's really putting the focus on you. So we see that in a little bit of a counterintuitive way, the kid has a very big impact on the parents. So through kids, we can really achieve an impact in the whole family. And by acting on kids and influencing kids, we ensure they develop a habit that's going to stay with them, hopefully, all their life. So we like it.
And I think you have some kind of a very interesting engagement mechanism with kids, right?
Yes.
where they are actually looking forward to engaging in that some kind of an animation activity.
Yes, we do. So what we realize is that, you know, there's only so far you can go trying to explain kids rationally that they need to brush, because at the end of the day, they're children, they want to play, they want to do other things, and it's a bit hard for them to realize the impact of why they need to brush. So what we try to do is to make it fun for them, so that they don't have to brush, but they want to brush. So we have a program, which is a behavior change program, which runs for 21 days. And it's 21 days because some very intelligent researchers have proven that if you repeat something for 21 days in a row, then there's a very high likelihood that that habit is going to stay. So it's a program with 21 days in which we deliver stories to the children in which a parent and a kid brush together. And in this story, we have it in animation format and we have it in a book format. So each day the kid sees one of these stories and they brush with their parent. And what we find when we talk to families that are using it is that after 2 or 3 days, the kid is asking the parent, am I getting my story today? Hey, I want to go and brush. Because they know the story is going to come and they're going to enjoy it. So we find that type of dynamic works much better, because then you're not forcing it onto the children. You're just making it so much fun and exciting for them that they just want to do it. So we spend a lot of time trying to see, how are we going to make it exciting? How are we going to make it fun for them? Because if we manage to keep their attention for those 21 days and we establish the habit, then it's going to have a benefit for their whole life.
Wow, and is it very easily available? This we should talk offline, because I have a 6-year-old and she is she's the second child, by the way, and she's so difficult to get her to brush, especially before going to bed. Okay, so I'll definitely talk offline about that. Now, today is a very special day, and you've flown all the way from Iowa. Yes. In fact, are you okay? You're still jet lagged, or?
Oh, a little bit, but I don't know. I think just all the excitement just gives me a lot of energy. So it's good to be here, and I'm really looking forward to spending the day with everyone from Unilever, with my dental colleagues from the Bangladesh Dental Society, and it's just going to be a big, exciting event, and keeping up my energy. So.
Yeah, so I'm sure you know, on this very special day, and there are a lot of activities today, because I know today's one day. I was talking to my dentist, and then he said, you know, if today you need a dentist, you're not going to get a dentist. Everybody's focused on this day's activities. So do you have any special expectations on this particular day now that you're in Dhaka?
Yeah, we're really going to meet as many people as we can. We're going to be spending the day with school children. We're going to be spending the day with dentists that are in the country. And hoping, you know, we think of this as a global project of everyone around the world, but what really happens locally. So it's good to come and look at local organizations and see what they're doing, and just be able to help them and give them some way to affect some of their patients. So it all works its way down. If the dentists are here and learning what's going on, then they will do the same thing and keep their patients informed, and be able to have a celebration just within the country too, to know that that brushing their teeth is the best thing to do, to avoid tobacco products, to avoid sugars, to avoid soda pops, to avoid alcohol to extremes. These are things that we just really are trying to get across, just to have a healthier life for everyone, just to affect their overall health too.
All right, great. Well, on that thought, I'm going to ask Arancha you the same question, but we have to take a short break.
Sure.
So you're not going away, right?
No.
No, it's a busy day. I'm going to hold you for another maybe 10, 15 minutes. So we're talking to two very fine guests over here, Dr. Kathryn Kell. She's a private practitioner dentist in the United States, and we're speaking with Ms. Arancha Cordero. She is the Global Vice President of Unilever Oral Care, and of course, her little baby is Pepsodent. So we're going to come back, speak with both of them. A short break. Stay with us. Hello, welcome back. And I'm Naveed Mahboob once again, and I'm speaking with two very fine guests over here, Dr. Kathryn Kell, President of FDI, the Global Dentist Federation, and the Vice President of the Global Vice President of Unilever Oral Care, Ms. Arancha Cordero. Welcome back. And before we went on break, I was asking this question about today's special day and the expectation that the fact that you're here in Dhaka. I just heard from Kathryn and Arancha. What are your expectations from today?
I have to say I always have very high expectations of World Oral Health Day because it's a very special day in which we normally are in contact with children, and we experience in first hand the program with them. So normally what we do is we have these massive school programs in which we reach approximately 1 million children every year here in Bangladesh, and we'll be running one of those programs ourselves with around 200 to 300 children.
Okay.
So being able to do that ourselves, not just watch other people doing it, but doing it yourself and experience, talking to the children, seeing how they do it themselves, hearing them talk about why they like to brush, why they don't like to brush. It's really something that gives us a lot of energy. And then, of course, the second part of the program is the contact with dentists, which are absolutely our partners. We can't really do our job properly just with our products. We need to work alongside with them. They're the ones that tell us what are the right programs to do, what is the right way to brush, what is the right oral health to do. And in Bangladesh, we have some very good dentists, but we need more dentists, and we need people to go to the right dentist.
Good point there, right?
Yes, because we know that there's the proper dentists, and then there's quacks, which are not real dentists. And it's very important that we are in touch with them, and we learn from them what is the right oral health habits we need to bring to life in our school programs, and we work with them. So it gives us the opportunity to interact. I think tomorrow, I think we're going to be seeing today is 2,500 dentists in one go.
Wow.
And that gives us a fantastic opportunity to first hear from them how we can help them, but also understand from them, you know, are our programs working, showcase to them what we're doing so that they can use it in their own practices. So it's a fantastic day. It's a fantastic day in which we really see firsthand what we do with the children, and we work together with the dentist to be able to do a better job.
Great, and I'm so happy my dentist is going to be one of those 25,000.
Yes.
So I know that he'll be well equipped when I go to see him. So now both of you travel quite a lot because you're evangelizing this very fundamental thing that we all should be doing. But I'm sure you're traveling a lot. And what are some of your very interesting experiences or learnings as you've gone around the globe with this mission?
Well, I have been to all continents in the very short past and intend to continue to do that over my next 2 years as being president. But you see what kind of makes it very exciting is all the colleagues that I speak with are so excited about oral health. And they really are looking for ways to be better, to improve themselves, and to be able to reach their patients and to tell them all about the preventive measures that are going to help them. So everywhere I go, dentists seem to be kind of alike, no matter what country they're from. So that's
alike
really
in what sense?
Yeah, alike. They're very independent. They have a thirst for knowledge. They really want to learn. They really care about their patients, and it gets down to, again, kind of a local level, but still on a global scale, people want to do well for their patients, and that's what's exciting, to see them want to learn and want to learn new things and be able to help their patients more.
That's good news for us, the patients.
And I totally agree with Arancha when she was talking about what type of dentist do you want to go to? You want to make sure that this person's had a good education. At FDI, education is so important. So when you go to a dentist, ask them where they did go to school. Ask them what their credentials are. And I think that's very important. And we find that around the world, that people really need to make sure that they're going to a dentist who is very skilled.
So you brought one thing out. Is it fair to ask a dentist, if it's a new dentist, are you affiliated with FDI? Is that a fair question to ask?
Yes, you could for certain ask them if they're affiliated with FDI. FDI is a federation, meaning our members are the local organizations, that they're the organizations of countries.
Okay.
So if people belong to the Bangladesh Dental Society, they are
Okay.
a member of FDI.
Okay, got it. Okay,
Yes.
great.
I agree with Kathryn, really. What you see is very similar in all countries, which is when you start talking to people about oral health and the impact it has in their life, at first they're a bit surprised because they don't give so much importance to brushing their teeth, and they think, wow, nothing's going to happen if I skip one night, you know. It's not like suddenly the following morning you're going to have toothache. But when you explain to them the implications, people really listen. And you see it in their faces, how they say, wow, I really want to make a change. And for me, as a mother myself, I really connect when I speak to other moms that the products we develop, like Pepsodent, are suited for what they need. So I ask them, how do you use it? Do you like the flavor? Is it the right size? I talk to them a lot. So that's something that really makes me feel quite happy about what I do. I feel lucky with the job I have to say.
I've got 3 kids, and the biggest challenge is with my middle kid, 6-year-old, as I mentioned a while back, to get her to brush her teeth in the evening. Is that a same problem you see around the world?
Rather than force it from a rational point of view, we try to make it fun for kids so that they find something in it. And then we're creatures of habit. There's things that we don't like to do, but once we incorporate it into our routine and we just have a habit, we just go ahead with it. So the key is to make it into a habit. Make it into a habit, make it into a routine. It's automatic. Like before you go to bed, you brush your teeth. Because by the way, people skip it in the evening, not in the morning.
Yeah, that's true.
Just used to it, you don't think anymore. You just do it as a kid. And then as a parent, when you see your kid telling you, Mom, you need to brush in the evening, teacher told me today at school, I'm going to have cavities, then you feel, okay, they're putting me on the spot. I better brush with them.
All right, sounds good. So I think we're almost coming to the end, but is there anything you want to say, Kathryn, before we say goodbye or let you go? You've got a busy day.
Well, I would say think mouth, think health, because that, again, is our theme. And also, with Unilever, our theme is brush twice a day with a fluoridated toothpaste.
Exactly. So if there's one thing I could say to everyone watching us in Bangladesh is the biggest thing you can do to improve your oral health is as simple as brushing every day, twice a day with a fluoride toothpaste. And obviously, we would be very glad if you did that with Pepsodent. So brush every day, twice a day, and you'll enjoy a good oral health.
Well, thank you so much for being here. I know you've got a very busy day. Hope you have a great stay here in Dhaka, but more than that, have a very fruitful stay here in Dhaka.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kathryn. Thank you, Arancha. So we just spoke with our wonderful guest today on this very special day. And today, once again, is the World Oral Health Day. So remember, the one thing that we've learned, or rather heard again, and we should all stick to this, is that we need to brush our teeth twice a day. And I promise you, I'm going to start doing that regularly from today. All right? Take care and take care of your teeth. See ya.